ringing of the bell, we are ready to begin and open the meeting of the oldest Lions Club in the world. So thank you very much for those, for all of you that are joining us today. If you purchase a meal, please take advantage of the buffet line.
Can you see it now?
And join us.
Okay.
The ones that are eating. But thank you to all of you for coming. And so we are meeting for the first time in person in the past year. We've had a social, but now we're actually meeting, having a meeting in person. So yeah. So we're good. Let's do it again, Alan. Okay, today is a special meeting, a special day where there will be a transition of the former, the old, the veteran, and the new. The excitement begins. So we are. That will all be part of today's meeting. Do we have any guests? I've kind of been walking around. I know we have one young man that's a guest. Oh, okay. Y'all are welcome to be part of our meeting. Glad you're joining. But Steve, do you have a guest?
Thank you very much. Great to see everybody in person. I was sharing with Mark Hastings that I haven't worn a tie in over a year. And in Austin, when you walk around with a shirt and tie, people always say, I'm very sorry for your loss. They assume you just left the funeral. But this is my son, James Riley, 9 years young, and he's 5'3", 120 pounds. So 119, I think he lost a little. But as I tell everybody, I'm looking for a 7-foot-tall FedEx driver in Cedar Park who had a rap in 2010, 2011. This is not my kid. But thank you all for being here. He was at the Lions game in Newport as well.
One of a special welcome not only for our young guests, but to our new Lions that are experiencing the molten rocket room here at Rudy's Barbecue for the first time, and even our veteran Lions that may not have been here before. There's a history here with our Lions Club and our and Molten Prophet is a Lions Club member, but we'll catch up with that.
We have a guest, Leonore. She's right there in that iPhone. Say hi, Leonore. Hi, Leonore.
All right, y'all need to wait a little bit faster. This is going all the way to Portugal, remember? All right, so Leonore, thank you for joining us. And
my pleasure.
For you too, so. All right. Let me recognize some birthdays that will be happening in this coming week. Today is tomorrow. We have June the 25th. We have 2 birthdays. Gloria is having a birthday tomorrow. All right, Gloria. And is having a birthday. So, yeah. Happy birthday. I don't know. We're missing moments, but not. We're trying to keep it all in harmony.
You may be celebrating birthdays, but Chuck and I are having our 5th anniversary Friday. He just celebrated 53 Tuesday.
Well, congratulations. Lots of anniversaries. Well, lots of congratulations in order. So happy birthdays and happy anniversaries. And we have one more birthday, Leah Baxter, on June the 29th. I don't see Leah here today, but we extend a happy birthday to Leah as well. All right, we're needing to move on because the main purpose of our meeting today is the installation, but I do want to take a few minutes as the outgoing president to share a little bit of information. I want to share a little bit of information, just as a review for this past year. Let me begin by saying how privileged I have felt in being the president of this wonderful Austin Founder Life. It has been a joy, and it has continued to turn me into a night owl at times, but always finished with a feeling of satisfaction and joy. We have zoomed and zoomed and zoomed through our meetings, and thanks to some wonderful technology available in our club, we have persevered, and we are going to make it. This is, I mentioned earlier, this is our first in-person meeting in a year. So this is an extra moment to celebrate. Concerning our review of the year, our finances, which is always important for any organization, are strong, are in good shape, and thanks to our treasurer, Jim Robertson, we are, all of that seems to be in order. So, thank you, Jim. Our membership is also in good, strong standing. We started the year with membership of 93 Lions. We are ending the year with 101 Lions. So we are thankful. Thank you to those who invited guests to our meetings. Thank you for those that had an interest in coming to our meetings, in joining our meetings. So let me just see by a show of hands how many joined since last July 1st. Okay, there we go. Oh, well, for our service projects, and that is what our Lions Club is really all about, service in the community. We've been limited because of the pandemic. We've been limited in our vision screening, but it is starting to pick up again. Tommy Cowan is still, it continues to be a strong program chair for that. And so thank you, Tommy, for continuing with the vision screening. And maybe you can say a word about that.
Let me take a minute. The good news is that earlier this week, we were approved by the AIC Board of Trustees for doing all the 42 schools in the pre-K-3 program. We have a trailer that was dedicated this past weekend. We're now being invited to participate with a pre-screening on 4 of their community events. So there's good news. Pre-screening is going to be back online again.
We were just taking a little recess, you might say because of the pandemic, but it sounds from Tommy's announcement that we are ready to get back on all cylinders. So thank you for that. Not only in the vision screening, but we were active in other service projects such as the Meals on Wheels. We continued our eyeglass recycling. we were finally able to get back to the Texas Lions Camp workday. You may recall that that was not held last year for obvious reasons, but we did get back there this past April, so feel good about that. And we did, as a club, we did a few projects that sometimes just come up. You may recall back maybe in the fall, thereabouts, there was a family that had a young lady, a young girl, that they were remodeling their home and they ran out of funds before they could get to the bathroom remodeling. And they needed a bar for more security. We made the announcement here within the club, and we were able to provide the funds for making that remodeling possible. So again, that and another project you will, the more recent project was Lucas Parker project, helping the Texas Lions Camp. Again, our club provided the funding for that, and so just sharing a little bit of the highlights for this year. Moving on, in the social aspect, we are meeting elbow to elbow. So in a way, this is a step forward. But you may recall back to our holiday cheese tasting from Antonelli's. Those of you that participated in that cheese tasting, that was a lot of fun. And then, of course, more recent, our happy hour at the Central Market Cafe. And so thank you to those that make these things possible. They're fun when we look back at them and remember the fond memories, but it doesn't happen by accident. So thank you to those clients that are stepping up to make these happy moments available. And so let me close with that. Again, my thanks to each of you for the opportunity to serve as president. When this happened a year ago, it was announced that J.P. Kirksey was the only other line that had served more than once, and he served very well both the first and second time. And so with that encouragement, I said, I want to follow that trail also. And not only JP's name needs to be mentioned, but Tommy Collins' name needs to be mentioned, because Tommy is the one who made a phone call to my home and said,
Vice President.
yeah. No, we talked a little bit, and I was, after a while, I was happy to say, yes, I'll give it a try. So thank you for the opportunity.
You said yes, let's get him off the phone.
Yeah. The board of directors is really who is in the driver's seat for this organization, and I'm just part of that board. So I want to thank all those that served on the board with me and help guide and make those difficult decisions sometimes. So if you served on the board this year without standing up, maybe you could just hold up your hand. Could we see who are board members? All right. Is Bill here? Good morning. Bill Anderson, I'm sorry. Bill, okay, well, I'm going to use his as an example. I have a gift for all of our board members to say thank you to you. And so,
Leo, you still there?
Your name will be on the bag, and it will be at this table behind. So, yeah.
I'm still here.
Put that down, and then finally, I do have some certificates of appreciation to hand out to different board, not only just board members, but different Lions Club members. So I want to just say a word or two about each one. The first one is to our secretary, Leonor. Leonor, are you there? Want to show you your certificate of appreciation. And you'll notice not only
Thank you.
secretary and in a very extraordinary way, but she was also one of our Zoom masters. She also received requests for eyeglasses, eye exams. She's also the person that does the maps for Robert when we're doing our Rose Day sale. So for many reasons, a nice applause for our secretary. Another Zoom master that we have is Mark Hastings. And so Mark, not only is our Zoom master, but of course, he has a full-time job in addition to being a Lion. But he is kind enough to have his office accept phone calls from the public concerning questions about Lions in the Lions Club or asking for help with vision. And so we're thankful. And of course, he's also our webmaster, does our web and sends out, in addition to that, sends out the weekly notices about our meeting and other notices. So if I may, I'll come over here and I need to move on because it is we do need to get on to the next part. The next one is our third Zoom master, and that is Chuck. Chuck does an excellent job with our Zoom and rotating that very well. And Chuck also attended the work day in Kerrville. So let me say congratulations and thank you. Oh, all right. And I just need to say a word about Ann Ward. She served on the board as the media past president, and she is so knowledgeable in so many areas. Before you know it, there's a new initiative coming from Ann, from this side or that side, and so you just kind of comb your hair as best you can and take off in that direction. But Ann is not only active with her own club, but also active at the district level, and is on the executive board at the Texas Lions Den. So, Ann, we're remembering you and thanking you. Our treasurer, Jim Roberson, is another one of our, congratulations. Jim is also one of those that is still working, going to work every day and has an office staff to take care of. So in addition to that, provides support to our Lions Club. And it's his staff that takes care of our treasury records and sends out the quarterly reminders about dues. And so thank you so much, Jim, for all you do. We have only one fundraiser this year, and it was a very huge success. And that was attributed because of our leader, and that's Robert Watson. So Robert, thank you so much for your and our go-to line. Who would be our go-to line? Well, let me move over here and go to our go-to line, and that's Mr. J.P. Kirksey. So J.P. for providing that guidance and experience that we on the board, were needing. And so, yes, thank you so much for your, help. When we increased our membership from 93 and we're ending the year with 101, that, again, thank you to all those who invited us and made it possible, but we have a membership share. And I want to thank Ma'am for service. And sticking to the task of raising those numbers, and so we're pleased with that. Alan Ford was our historian, is our historian, and plays an important part in reminding us about our club's history, both and where we are in the present, how we are where we are. So, Alan, I'm happy to present this certificate to you, and my congratulations. I've already mentioned Tommy Allen and his role, but Tommy is the key to our vision screening program. And I really want to thank Tommy mainly, not only for the vision screening, but because of his help with at the different schools. We provided lunch and for the staff and teachers at 696 school, and it was Tommy that picked up the lunches each time and brought them to the school and helped us as all of this was happening. So Tommy. And part of the messages that we receive on our phone that Mark's office provides asks for help not only with vision, but with items that go on just eye exams and eye care. So we usually say, that we're not in that business, but then we pass the word on to Sam Reese. And Sam says, let me run with it. And because of Sam, we had one or two of those that called in wind up on getting surgical help on their eyes. So this is attributed to Sam's knowledge, his experience, his networking skills, and his maybe his stubbornness. We all know, we're all familiar with that saying that we see on bumper stickers or tags on cars that said, random kindness, I forget now how it goes, but just acts of random kindness. Sam goes beyond that. He's more of a maverick. He's gonna go find ways to Sam.
Okay, thanks, Rudy. In all honesty, I'd like to mention Dr. Jack Pierce. Dr. Pierce is retired. I met him at a function, and anytime I run into a situation where I decide to take it, I run into Jack and say, Jack, what do you think? Should we do this? Jack says, okay, let's look at this. We evaluate it and so on. And then in another instance where we help somebody, I contacted Rachel. I said, Rachel, we need some help, and what can we do with this? So she's the one that actually got Jack involved and got me going with him. Jack's been outstanding. So thanks to Jack, even though he's not a member, I'm working on it. But anyway, this is how we do it. We can actually find doctors and people who are interested. And out of the 3 patients, 3 participants, 2 of them are doing well. One of them was the purpose decided to come back and talk about work. But anyway, we're there, and thanks to Jack and Rachel.
Thank you. I have to let you know one more thing about Sam. Sam encouraged our club to provide plaques to certain professionals, and so we were able to do that, and so that was part of too. Linda Locke, I have a certificate for Linda Locke. Some of you may not know Linda. She started off with, on our board of directors, and then February came, and she had some real difficulties. Her plumbing just went crazy, and she and her family were just without a home. And so for setting an example, she did leave our club. She's still active in our club. She was active with Casino Night and remains active. And so for her courage, strength, and commitment, I wanted to present this to Linda. So I will get this to her. Just two more presentations, and this is for what our club considers maybe for this year the two highest recognitions that we can give as a club, and that is I will begin with the Jack Weech Fellow Award. This is through the Texas Lions Camp, and it's for leadership and participation and years of service. So I am happy to provide this to John Niesler. There's also a plaque that goes with that, but it just hasn't arrived yet. So John, congratulations and thank you for all your years. John started our Peace Poster contest and remains active with that. So thank you very much. And our last recognition today is for the Melvin Jones Award. It is the highest award that can be given at the local club level. And I'm happy that the board selected Mac Ragsdale. So the award is presented as a certificate today, but there will be a plaque that will be coming with that. But we all know that what kind of programs we have, and I attribute not only the high quality and interest, but that adds to those wanting to come and join and be a part of our Lions Club. So you get credit for not only the interesting program, but for helping our club grow in membership. So thank you very much. And with this, I thank everyone again, and I'm afraid I ran over a little bit. Glenda, I'm part of JP. We are ready for the installation of our officers, and past district governor, JP Kirksey will help us with that part.
And Rudy, let me apologize to you for not standing up when you brought that certificate. I learned that a couple years I'm only good for one or two standings at a time. Takes me a while to crawl out of that chair. Right, Tommy?
Right.
Seems there was a middle-aged grandmother driving her twin 4-year-old grandsons to the store one day. While she was driving, their mother called on the phone in the car, and they were carrying on a conversation. And one of the little boys in the back yelled out, "Mom, I bet you can't guess who this is. Is it me or is it Luke?" After a short pause, the mother came over and said, "He's the right one." Well, President Rudy and would greet the honorable field trustee, but he ain't here, so I'll just pass that one. Lions and guests, we're glad you're here. We're all glad you're here today, right? Before I get started in the installation itself, Rudy, over the past couple of months, maybe 2 or 3 months, has been privileged to honor and recognize a number of our members for achieving milestone service awards, that being anywhere from 10 years to 40 years. And just as a follow-up to that, I would like anyone in the room today who has at least 20 or more years of service as a Lion to please stand. 20 years or more, if you can stand. Got 20 years, stand. Keep standing. If you've got 25 or more, remain standing. If you have 30 or more, remain standing. If you have 35 or more, remain standing.
Oh, wow.
If you have 40 or more, remain standing.
Oh, Johnny.
Tommy, I don't know what we're voting for, but it looks like you and I don't vote for it. Tommy's got 45, as do I. That's what the men try to brag. See, there's longevity in the organization.
Right here, I meet with my sponsor.
Blame the room name?
Well, I was gonna announce that too. Rudy made a comment about how the room got its name. Some of you know and some of you don't. The photographs on the wall are just evidence of this name. The Crockett Properties that was owned by Moulton owned this property. It was previously Ralph Moreland's chicken place. There was two toothpaste. There was and it kind of went by the wayside. So Rudy's leased the building, leased the property, redid the building completely, and actually joined this building to the other building. And they conceded to name this room the Moulton H. Crockett Room in his honor. Now, the nice thing is Moulton was still alive at the time. And you recognize too that Moulton was a 51-year member of this club.
Wow.
Joined in 1968. All of us were privileged to know Moulton, and several of us were privileged to be very good friends with Moulton. It was a good relationship. So now we'll start. You've heard. I'll quit being extemporaneous now. You've heard that the Lions were challenged in 1925 to be at the association's 9th International Convention in Cedar Point, Ohio, to be Knights of the Blind. Listen to these words uttered by one who could neither hear her words or see her audience. Gloria Munguia will recite.
Will you not help me hasten the day when there shall be no preventable blindness, no little deaf, blind child untaught, no blind man or woman unaided? I appeal to you, Lions, you who have your sight, your hearing, you who are strong and brave and kind. Will you not constitute yourselves Knights of the Blind in this crusade against darkness?
Thank you, Gloria. As I stated, that was 1925, nearly 100 years ago, and it gave the Lions organization a purpose, a mission, that is provision, assistance, site conservation, and we've all, as clubs around the world, and our clubs specifically, have carried out the bright torch since then. You probably also heard that a successful Chicago businessman from Chicago challenged us to set our goals, so we would always want to run faster, work harder, think bigger, and give more. That man was Melvin Jones, and he is generally recognized as the founder of the organization we know today as Lions Clubs International. As a club, we've accomplished a lot over the last 105 years. That sounds a little distant, doesn't it? But we've been here 105 years as the oldest continuously operated Lions Club in the world. That's good accomplishment, but we can't rest on those historical accomplishments. The world changes and we have to change. We enter this time with renewed commitment to share our heritage with members, to support our fundraisers, and to engage in hands-on service. And we've elected this group of new officers with all those goals in mind. I am honored to assist as a representative of the district cabinet, incoming Governor Gail Collins, to achieve those goals. Line Secretary Leonore, have all these new officers been duly elected to serve their respective positions and had their names reported to the district at the Lions Club International? Please say yes.
I hear her.
I hear her saying yes.
Yes. Yes.
If she doesn't say yes, well, I can sit down. So anybody want to challenge her saying yes? Today's installation will accomplish
Yes.
from the principles of Lionism, the foundational principles that have guided our organization for the last century and have proven their worth for the future. Newly elected officers, if you can, as I call your name, please stand up and walk to the front. Take one of these pages right here in front, pull it off the top, and then put yourself around here behind, oh, what's his name here? As you're installed, you will each read what is on the back of this page while you're holding the face of it out to the audience to see, okay? Lion, immediate past president, Rudy Munguia. And that's a good cheer. Rudy is a Rudy, you are the advisory counselor for the Alston Founding Lions Club this coming year. In that role, your continued advice assures the continuity of the programs and projects that are important to the heritage of the club. You will also serve as the club LCI's board member. Can you read?
I'm sorry, yeah.
Well, I want to be sure before I ask you.
All right. To show my faith in the worthiness of my vocation by industrious application, to the end that I may merit a reputation of quality of service.
And what does the byline above that say?
Lions Code of Ethics #1.
Okay, hold it up in front.
All
No, the other side. Sure glad you're immediate past. And directors, John Niefler, Sam Ruiz, Kim Wright, I think she's here, Chuck Mandelbaum, Rachel Reed, and Stephen. I'll let you, Stephen, take care of the rest of your name. Come forward, take the next one off the top. Go over and stand beside Rudy. Just one, Sam. Now, so you all know, I sent these to them in advance so they have a chance to read what they're going to read. And Gaylord already said that he had a problem with it. So each of you, starting with Chuck.
Lions Code of Ethics 2, to seek success and demand all fair
Remuneration. We pronounce it the same way in Texas as they do in New York. Remuneration. Loud. Go. But loud, is it?
Yeah, well, Lions Code of Ethics #3, to remember that in building up my business, it is not necessary to tear down another. Loyal to my clients or customers and true to myself.
Good job. Now we got Sam.
Line Code of Ethics #4. Whenever doubt arises as to the right or ethics of my position or action toward others, to resolve such doubt against myself.
Rachel.
Lions Code of Ethics number 5, to hold friendship as an end and not a means. To hold that true friendship exists not on account of service performed by one another, but that true friendship demands nothing but accept service in the spirit in which it is made.
Siva?
Lions Code of Ethics number 6, always to bear in mind my obligations as a citizen to my country, my nation, my state, and my community, as to give them my unselfish loyalty in word, act, and deed, to give them free of my time, labor, and
Great. Directors, you have been elected to serve along with the other officers to formulate and implement policies of this club. Some of you have special assigned responsibilities such as fundraising, vision screening, retention, or other tasks as your president will determine. I will move a little bit further around that way. Next is our membership chair, Ma'am Rudy.
Lions Code Ethics 7, to aid others by giving my sympathy to those in distress, my aid to the weak, and my substance to the needy.
Ma'am, you're charged with developing programs that will identify and recruit quality new lions. Look around the room, you see what the definition of quality is. You will also focus on retaining existing members. Your measure of success will be the growth of the club as evidenced by a net membership gain on June 30, 2022. Got it? Marketing Communications Chair, Mark Hastings.
Lions Code of Ethics number 8. To be careful with my criticism and liberal with my praise. To build up and not destroy.
Mark, you will develop and implement annual communications plans, publicize club activities, utilize social media to expand exposure to the community, assist the club president in communicating information, and work closely with the club membership chair. Next, Lion Tamer, Patty Robinson. As presidents, should have said Mark and Patty.
Lions International Purpose 1, to organize, charter, and supervise service clubs to be known as Lions Clubs, to coordinate the activities and standardize the administration of Lions Clubs.
Patty, you are the custodian of the club's properties. And as such, you're to see that the meeting is ready to begin and the flags, banners, gong, gavel, badges, microphones, songbooks, etc. are in their proper place. You're also to see that guests are properly introduced and greeted. We really have to do the next one. Tail twister, Gaylord Armstrong. He said he's rehearsed all of them so he could read it eloquently.
Actually, I chose the one beside me.
But
I
only,
went to my reading instructor.
but only take one.
Lions International Purposes, number 2. Create and foster a spirit of understanding among the people of the world. This is tonight international travel.
You're not, this is not an audience participation act. Gaylord, you're the life of the party, as Taylor Twister, or as Willie Kersurk respond to saying, the court jester. You're responsible for fun and fostering good fellowship at club meetings by purposely involving club members and occasionally pronouncing some words of wisdom, enlightening us with a tall tale, or boring us with a stale joke. But the key to your success is to engage the club members. You're also empowered to assess and collect appropriate but inoffensive fines from the membership.
I shall.
Not ready yet. Treasurer of the past president, Jim Robertson.
All right.
Could y'all move just a little further around, please? Right. Now you have the all-important responsibility for club funds. You must maintain the integrity of those funds by properly accounting for the income and expenses of the general administrative fund, consisting of dues and other assessments from the membership, as well as the activity fund, consisting of revenue from fundraisers and contributions. You will maintain separate accounting for each activity, disperse those funds only with the approval of the board of directors, and prepare timely financial reports as to the financial condition of the club. No comments, okay. Secretary Leonora, you're exempt from reading anything, but you have possibly the most important responsibility because you are the liaison between the club, the district governor, and Lions Clubs International. You maintain the club records, minutes of board meetings, committee assignments, club activities, attendance records, recognition awards, key members, and submit status reports to Lions Clubs International, as well as the district governor. You're a member of the Governor's Advisory Council and should attend zone meetings with your president. Now the vice presidents. First vice president, Robert Watson.
All right.
It's the one you picked up, so that's fine.
Lions International for wow. Again, you're taking active civic, cultural, social, moral, and all.
Robert, officially as first vice president, your role is to conduct an annual club quality assessment and assist technology in developing plans for membership growth and retention, community engagement, and humanitarian services. Maybe y'all said that. And as the club leadership chair, you will ensure that new members are provided with a suitable orientation, assist in identifying potential leaders, and encourage members to participate in leadership training offered by the district and Lions Clubs International. If you're wondering where I got this dialogue, it's straight from the official site with some modifications. Second Vice President Greg Pugh. And third Vice President Steve Riley, would you come forward at the same time? Greg, or is it you or Daisy that's going to read that?
Very possibly will be heard.
We might appreciate it more.
Give it to the bottom of that.
Lions International purpose number 5, to unite the clubs in the bonds of friendship, good fellowship, and mutual understanding.
Lions International purpose is number 6, to provide a forum for the open discussion of all matters of public interest, provided, however, that partisan politics and sectarian religion shall not be debated by club members.
Robert, Greg, and Steve, in addition to your constitutional duties as members of the governing body of the club, you may also oversee certain committees and projects that Glenda might appoint you to serve. Greg, you will be the program coordinator, working closely with Mac if you can. And Steve, you will serve as the service chair, overseeing the club's service projects. Each of you may be called upon to preside at club meetings or render decisions in the absence of the president. So you should always be listening and be informed and prepared. And you are preparing yourself for potential future presidency of this club. Presidente. Glenda Summers, you get to read whatever's left.
Lions International purpose number 7, to encourage service-minded people to serve the community without personal financial reward and to encourage efficiency of high ethical standards, commerce, industry, professions, public works, and private endeavors. Lions International vision to be the global leader in community and humanitarian services. Lions International mission to empower volunteers to serve the communities, meet humanitarian needs, encourage peace, and promote international understanding through Lions Clubs.
Glenda, you plan your year, set your goals, and chart the path to have an outstanding year for the Austin Founding Lions Club. as Chief Executive Officer. Sounds stout. It is your duty to ensure that the club operates according to the LCI Constitution and Lions Club's international requirements. It is your duty to preside in club meetings and board meetings. It is your duty to appoint or approve the various committees, charge them with responsibilities, and monitor their performance to assure the desired results are achieved. You are the chair of the Global Action Team and also a member of the Governor's Advisory Council, should attend zone chair meetings and with your secretary. Y'all all look distinguished standing up there. Let me charge you now. Future achievements of the Austin Founder Lions Club are largely dependent on your actions as individuals and policy decisions as elected officers and board members of the club. You will review and authorize all activities and expenditures, so I caution you not to create any indebtedness beyond the financial means of the club, nor authorize disbursement of funds for purposes that are not essential to the objects of Lionism. Having heard your general duties as provided in the Constitution and bylaws, are you ready to take the oath of office? If so, please raise your right hand. On your honor as Lions, do you individually and collectively promise to stand by the club, live with it, and work with it throughout the coming year, to take such time as may be necessary to properly perform your official duties? If you do so promise, answer, I do. I do. Was that unanimous?
I think so.
Fellow Lions, you put your hand down now. Fellow Lions, you have shown your trust in these Lions by electing them to serve in positions of responsibility for this coming year, and they have pledged their intention to exert their very best personal efforts to make the Austin Founder Lions Club the kind of organization it should be. However, you must remember that the only way these new officers can successfully fulfill their pledge is for them to receive the fullest support of every individual member. As a Lion, when requested by your president to serve on a committee, to perform some duty in Lionism, or to support the club in many ways in which it will need support, will you pledge to support them actively at all times? If you do so, pledge, answer, I will. If you don't, get up, get out. I got it. Now it's my great pleasure to declare these Lions duly installed.
Glenda, this gavel represents.
Not the face.
How cute.
That came out of Bolton Profits inventory. I was blessed with, and I'm glad to present it to you. Each of you received this in the email that I sent to your personal copy. With the Lions Code of Ethics and purpose. With that, expect the man, congratulations, thank you for all of your people involved.
Now that it's sitting down. We excuse later. I look like
Oh, I noticed. Congratulations.
Someone in our community shared.
Come on.
She's just checking it out.
That's fine, whenever. Maybe next meeting that we are live. My crochet.
I'm Devon. Question.
At this time, I would like to present the past president pin to Rudy. Rudy, if you come up here, I have a pin for you.
You're all strangers.
And I also have a president's plaque of the practices as president years 2020 to 2021. I have been asked to do an overview of the vision and goals for the coming year. So, let's tell you a little bit about what I'm planning to accomplish. But first of all, I want to thank you. I'm honored to be your new president. This has been an incredible year. I'm so proud of the members of this club. Rudy and his board have worked together, they zoomed together, accomplished so much in this very trying year. With your help, I want to continue to make this an incredible club. So all of you that have told me today that you would be happy to help me in the future, I will be calling you. So now that our membership is 101, and I'm just so excited about that. And I'm excited about some of our new members and how they have already started working for the club. For example, new member Doria Munguia is going to chair the Peace Poster Committee. And I know she will do a wonderful job. Greg Doon has introduced us to a new service project. It's for the environment, and we will be collecting recyclable plastic. And when we collect 500 pounds, we will have a bench made, and the bench will have a plaque which states it was donated by the Austin Founders Lions Club. This should give us some good publicity. Everyone is excited about this new project. My neighbors have been collecting plastic for me, and I have already 7 pounds. Only 493 more pounds needed for the beach. The Leos are helping with this and excited about doing something for the community also. New member Steve Riley brought his family to the Lions plant to help, and he sponsored his wife, Annette, as one of our new members. Seema has been helping with Meals on Wheels, and Seema and Susie Gallagher also came to the camp.
Greg Dew's wife.
What?
It was Greg Dew's wife.
Oh.
Yeah, I wore Greg's bathrobe the other day. Just so
Okay, well, I just did that on purpose to see if y'all were paying attention. Sorry about that. Okay, I know I've left somebody out, so next week, or next meeting, let me know, and I will include them, and hopefully get them all right this time. Our other new member, Kit Thompson, is going to be the photographer of the casino for the casino night. I
told you about going to the convention in Waco, the Waco convention, and how excited I was about hearing the essays that the youth did. They did essays on drug awareness, diabetes, and outstanding youth activities. After they read their reports, I just looked at everybody and said, wow. They were so sophisticated, so elegant, so intelligent, and so talented and so sincere. Let's continue to work with Leos in schools and get them involved because they are our future. And I want everyone in this club to get involved in some way. There are many ways to help. When you pay your dues, we're helping fund some of the great work that Lions are doing. I want to challenge each one of you to try to do something at least once a month for Lions. You may have a recommendation from a program. You may invite a potential member to participate in a Zoom or in purpose, whatever we're doing at the time. You can volunteer to help at Lions Camp. Look at a committee and find something that you want to do. You could call or write a note to a club member that you have not talked to recently. Update them on what we're doing. You can volunteer to help with Meals on Wheels or pick up glasses. There is much to do. Remember, if you do something often enough, if you do something enough, it becomes a habit. Once again, thank you for this honor. Let's continue to be an incredible and caring Lions Club.
Now the work comes.
Oh, all right. I do have one other thing to say. Patty just finished getting our flyers for the casino night, and I put one at everybody's place. This is one of our big fundraisers. It's a really fun fundraiser. And if you would pick out one of these and start participating and start finding sponsors and selling tickets. If you do a sponsor, please contact Patty. For example, we have one $5,000 sponsorship. So we don't want 5 people selling them one $5,000 scholarship. That would be awkward. So if you find a sponsor, if you would contact Patty immediately, she's the chair, so that she can let us know and that we don't duplicate.
We already have one saloon bar sponsor.
One saloon bar sponsor. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Okay.
So we're down to one. So knock that 2 out.
Okay. All right. So does anybody have any questions about that? Yes.
Is there any video or anything that from last year that put it on home and show people? Did anybody do the video?
What's on our website?
But the video.
There wasn't video. There was just
Slides.
Now looking for the program that had the sponsorship of last year, we don't seem to be able to find anybody that has one.
Patty has it.
Does she have it?
Yeah, Patty has it.
You didn't have it?
Oh,
Black.
actually, I have it here. And but if you can,
We don't need to follow up on the ones that are already.
yeah. I'll make copies of it and get it to you. Okay. All right. Do we have anything else that we need to discuss? Oh, yes.
Just a reminder for the outgoing board, those little, thank you presents are a little bit hard to send by US mail, so please go by there if you're a member of the outgoing board and have your name on there with my thanks. Thank you.
Okay, and the program next week is Drew Sherwood will be doing the program next week. I'm not sure what it is. Does anybody know? Huh? Oh, okay. Mac, can you tell us what the program is going to be for next week?
Oh, we're at the program next week. It's Drew Kimberly has a
Okay.
He got us, Nikki Graham is the chairperson of the Austin Chamber of Commerce. So we're into the business side of things, and we all got the challenges of the last year and their priorities for helping out Austin businesses. And where are we next?
Is it gonna be live?
Where are we gonna have it? Well, we're gonna have it, it's a Zoom meeting, it's a Zoom meeting. I guess the Texas School of the Line is still, not letting people on campus. That's gonna happen in September, we think, and after that, we'll start having more in-person meetings.
September 2nd, our first meeting on campus in Redmond.
Well, but I don't know if we're gonna, we will be meeting. We don't, we have, it's complicated. Our speakers have to agree, and so we'll continue to have a lot of Zoom meetings, but we'll also have some in-person meetings. So kind of be on a case-by-case basis.
Is there a social
There is a social coming up, and you'll see an announcement. It's July 29th, it's a Thursday afternoon at Moon Tower. Already checked it out. We do our research. July 29th at Moon Tower is in South Austin, so that we can have some South Austin folks. Okay. Really? Okay. So anyway, you'll see an announcement about that.
Which the two August dates that you and I talked about,
Don't give Tommy the microphone. This is going to be August 24th, I believe. Tommy Cowan is going to have a Lollapalooza at his place. Okay, you can have the microphone.
we're negotiating dates that are available, but to extend our to extend our social scheduling, we're having a summer picnic out at my lake place, and it's out in Valencia. It's about 30 minutes drive from downtown. It's got swimming, it's got fishing, it's got fun busting, it's got boat riding, it's got bag toss, it's got a whole bunch of frisbees and other things for kids and dogs, no cats, please. To come out it's going to start at 5 in the afternoon. I'm providing lunch for everybody, or dinner, or what you want to call it, at 6 o'clock. We will have fireworks. And we will tell you what the day is. We're not sure yet which day we'd like 3 different dates. We'll find one that will be in your calendar. I'll give you all the information in the back. So, well, everybody's at back up.
Yes.
Glenda will finish up here, but I just want to mention that there is leftovers. Don't let them go to waste. There's some takeout bags, containers, there's barbecue, and lots of stuff left. So please take it with you.
Adjourn? Adjourn?
I have a president's pen. Did you want to give me the president's pen?
Well, that's, yeah.